Good morning, convoy. I'm back on day shift again for another swing in my schedule because I'm here picking up at this Unilever Foods place, and I don't know exactly what was wrong with the food on the trailer. I went to pick it up last night, and they said it was on some kind of quarantine hold. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I assume that there was some kind of bad product or something that had to be recalled or something like that. And this obviously this stuff on this trailer is made of the same plant, so they're going through paperwork and making sure that none of the stuff on this trailer was part of the bad problem freight. So I don't know. Now I'm rolling this morning. My company's kind of freaking out. The load goes down to Texas, but I can't take it there because my hours are so crappy. So I have to relay this load with another driver somewhere along the way. Maybe Oklahoma City or something like that. So I'm just doing my pre-trip here, getting ready to roll. It's actually not too bad outside today. It's 25, 30 degrees maybe out, which, I mean, feels like an absolute tropical paradise right now. After being negative and crappy so long, it's almost not freezing outside and it's sunshine out. It should be a damn good day. I'm in Lebo, Kansas at the moment, rolling straight down I-35, and I'm going into Wichita because there's a truck stop down there called the Flying Eagle Travel Center, and I have to relay this load out with another driver because I don't have the hours to. I'm down to only 5 hours left on my 70, and this load's gonna be in Houston, I don't know, tomorrow sometime. I don't know exactly when, but I know I don't have enough time to make it. You know, I recap pretty good. I get, I don't know, 9.5 hours or something back at midnight, but then I get 10 the following day, but don't have enough right now currently to make this load on time, which is kind of disappointing. I kind of wanted to go down to Houston. Ian Hanna was just down there recently, a couple days ago. He said it was like 50 degrees and sunshine and all this. And yeah, it kind of got me dreaming of Houston. I was up there in Minnesota when I was talking to him, and he was like, it's kind of funny because I asked Ian, I'm like, Ian, what's the temperature like down there? And he goes, man, it's cold. I'm like, really? What's the temperature? He goes, it's only like 50 degrees. Meanwhile, I'm up in Minnesota, up by Minneapolis, when it's -6. You know, so I had to laugh at him for that. But yeah, I kind of disappointed, but kind of glad too, because I guess I got a little bit of downtime before my next load or something. I don't know. He said something there. I had to wait a little while, which is good. Because, man, I'm just like tired. Like, I got okay sleep. I got, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. You know, I haven't been awake that long, but this schedule change is really starting to get to me. It even got to the point where I kind of snapped on my daytime dispatcher on Jake, and the guy I pulled the prank on. You know, I mean, we're you know, I consider him a friend. You know, and I'm even being pretty snippy with him. So I had to kind of pull it back this morning and check myself, because, you know, I was like, he's not even saying anything to be a dick. He's genuinely asking what's going on with me, you know. And I was just kind of being an asshole. So I stopped. I told him, I said, Jake, listen, I'm kind of tired. You know, I just I don't mean to be this way, but I'm just tired right now. So just leave me be for a little while. You know, because he called me several times while I was on break, and he sent me messages, and because of this load where I showed up yesterday to pick it up at like around midnight, and I did a 10-hour break, and he called me about 6 hours into my break, asking me to head over there to check on the load to see if it was going to be ready to go by 7. And I got pretty mad about it and stuff, and I was like, don't bother me on my break and all this shit, you know. Normally I'm not like that. Normally I'm fine. I don't know, today was just kind of a little mental breaking point, you know, because you know, not only have my schedules been conflicting, which means there's times of down times in there, and it's been because of my 70-hour clock has been so depleted that they'll give me a 200-mile run, just like it happened the other day when I was where did I deliver? A place called J&M Warehouse or whatever. It's in one of my previous vlogs, but I drove like 300 miles and I got to the receiver, and I started off on nights, and then once I got to the receiver, you know, I went in and did my paperwork and backed into the dock door, and I was on line 4, but once I bumped the dock, I went to line 1, and I couldn't sleep because I had just slept, you know, 300 miles ago, so I really couldn't sleep. I wasn't tired at all. If I would have been useless to try to go lay down. So I edited some videos and stuff, and then by the time I did get tired, it was about, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours in, and then so I got a couple hours of sleep, and then I got woken up saying, okay, you're unloaded, and then I had to go check in for pick up the next load at that same place, and then I got over to the dock door to get loaded, and then they were pretty quick loading me, so I was kind of in and out of there, didn't get any sleep. And then the whole issue with the different products on there, I was calling people, trying to figure out what was going on, trying not to hurt the load, and by the time it was said and done, my schedule had flipped, and I had only gotten about 2 or 3 hours worth of sleep. So I was driving, and I forgot, where did I go from there? I don't remember. See, that's what happens when your schedule flips around like this, and you're kind of been tired for the last several days, and you're just your mentality goes away from you. You know, I can't remember too much stuff what happened a couple days ago. Can't remember the loads that I ran, but either way, I was tired, and even like it's kind of crappy because drivers fear for their jobs and they want to be safe at the same time, so we're kind of stuck in the middle. Like that load I just took down to Kansas City, I'll be honest with you guys, you know, the last 50 miles of that run, I should not have been driving, plain and simple. About 50 miles out, I realized I was micro sleeping, and for those of you guys who don't know what micro sleeping is, it's you're sitting in the seat, you're going down the road, your eyes are open, you fall asleep basically with your eyes open, and it's only for a few seconds, and then you snap back to it. You know, you snap back to consciousness. So I caught myself doing that, and I was just tired, just so tired. And then when I was awake, everything seemed like it was going in really slow motion. But I was like, okay, I'm only 50 miles away. I can get the load there. I don't want to call in and tell them I have to shut down 50 miles away, because I'm scared of the repercussions that would happen. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get smacked with a late load. You know, but in hindsight is 2020. That was like the worst time actually that I ever been driving, where I really caught myself micro sleeping like that. And that's just because my schedule's been flopping back and forth, and I've been running on recap, and yeah, I'm running hard. I'm running a lot of miles and stuff. Was it last week? I run like 3,200 miles or something. But it's really not worth it. You know, even if I really should have called and shut down. And even if they would have been like, okay, the next morning the boss man got in and said, Dave, you're fired. You can't be late on these loads like this, blah, blah, blah. I'd have been pissed, but I'd have been safe. You know, because yeah, even though I would have lost my job, maybe. I mean, I don't think I would have lost my job because I've never done that before. But I'm just using an example here. Even if I were to have lost my job, it's still better than wrecking the truck and possibly killing somebody or myself, or hurting, or you don't want to hurt or kill anybody out here because you were tired. And I know you all have heard this before and stuff, but driving tired, they say, is worse than zero sleeping thing, and I caught myself. I'd snap to just like I woke up, you know. I was not conscious driving this truck, you know, and just because my schedule was so flip-flopping around, and yeah, it's just not good. Check this out. This is today's bad decision of the day. This guy in this empty step deck decided, since there was no more parking places in this truck stop here in Emporia at the Flying J, he was thinking he was going to pull right behind Mr. Tanker there and get himself a nice cozy spot. He got to right there and he started spinning. I don't know, you could see his front tire went into a pretty deep hole or something, rut or something or another. When this truck gets out the way, I'll zoom in on it. Oh, Mr. Tanker's leaving. There we go. Yeah, that doesn't look very good for this guy in this step deck. He's got no one to blame but himself. That's not a parking spot. It's a completely snow-covered area. And he said, screw it. This looks good. Looks good to me. With his empty step deck. Come on. Don't do this. So another boring day is now finished up. It was pretty short because my 70-hour clock is still messed up. But tonight at midnight I start re-cracking real hard. And by the way, I know that's not the proper way to say it before y'all jump on me. I know you will. I start recapping, or re-cracking as I call it, tonight real hard and tomorrow real hard. I know I get about 20 hours back between the 2 days, so plus whatever, I don't know, I got a couple hours left, so I'm in decent shape. I know I'm waiting on a relay out of this truck stop now. I'm here at the Emporia, Kansas Flying J, and that's going down to San Antonio, Texas. So I am really psyched about that load. Even if it's like 40 degrees in San Antonio, I'm gonna be so happy. As long as it's anywhere above freezing, it's gonna be glorious for me. So I am really looking forward to that load. And I'm gonna try to take as much footage as possible, because I think the ride down there is going to be nice. Check the radar, not a whole lot going on in my route down there in Texas and stuff. And it's a nice long haul, so, and I got plenty of hours. So I'm going to try to get as much filming done as possible for tomorrow's vlog. So that means I'm going to end this one right now. And I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. If you did, please hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate that. It really helps me out a lot. So it would mean a lot if you hit that subscribe button. And it alerts you every time that I make a new video. So it works out for everybody. It's all good. And I hope you guys have an awesome day. And as always, run hard and get paid.